everyone, it's Dianne at Minerva. I hope you're all having a fabulous week. And today I'm going to share with you a make for a sweatshirt dress. It's by Sew Me Something and it's the Paulina sweatshirt dress. It has some fabulous details with the stitching and the pockets on the front. And what we're going to be using today is this gorgeous Minerva exclusive French terry. And this is in Savannah Daisy today. I really like this design. It's super soft and cosy. Everything will be tagged below should you wish to sew along with me today. Remember to wash and prepare that fabric before we begin. And of course, check your sizing before you get started. When you've done that, we're ready to go and cut our pattern pieces together. So let's go and do that now. Here we have our pattern pieces for our sweatshirt. So this is your sweatshirt back. With this one, you're going to cut two pieces. You can lengthen or shorten at the straight line and make a note of the markings. This is the front. This time you're going to cut this one on the fold and the fold line is here. Again, make a note of the markings and lengthen or shorten at the double line. Here we have the sweatshirt front sleeve. You're going to cut two pieces. This is a straight grain, make a note of your markings. And here we have the back sleeve. Cut two pieces and make a note of your markings. Again, lengthen or shorten if you need to at this double line. Here we have your pocket back. You're going to cut two pieces. Note this notch and your straight grain. And here we have the pocket facing. Again, cut two pieces and make a note of the marking. This is your back hemband. You're going to cut one on the fold and the fold line is here. Note these markings. And this is the front hemband. The fold is here and note these markings. Here's your pocket binding, cut two. Here is your cuff, you're going to cut two pieces. And here is your neckband, you're going to cut one piece on the fold and the fold is here. Now on these two pieces, the cuffs and the neckband, I've used a black rib. I've chosen to keep the bottom of the sweatshirt the same fabric, but the cuffs and the neck I'm using a black rib for these areas. So now we're ready to begin making our sweater dress. So first of all, you want to wind half your thread onto your machine spool and check your needle is sharp. I'm using a ballpoint needle size 8 today. You may wish to test this on a piece of scrap before you begin. Now our first job is to take pieces E, so that's this pocket piece, and G, the binding. And what we're going to do is we're going to fold these in half like this first of all and find the halfway point, so notch them here and then you're going to fold them lengthways and press them like this. Then we're going to be stitching it around this curve, so row edges together. So you want to pin this on first of all and you're stretching it to fit so that the ends just hang over ever so slightly. Let's do that first of all. So find the centre of your pocket opening also like this. Then when you've done that, we can line up those notches that we've just made. And so you want this to just hang off the edge ever so slightly. So if you pin each side first of all, then you can pin the rest of it and stretch it to fit. Now you're going to just baste this in place either by machine or hand stitches. I'm using a slight zigzag stitch because we want a stretch stitch throughout on this particular fabric. Now you're going to place your pocket pieces on the front piece of your sweatshirt like this on this curve and you're going to do it right sides facing. We'll pin it in position. And then we're going to sew it on with a 1 centimetre seam around this curve. Now press your pocket back to the wrong side of the fabric like this. I've also pinned it because this French terry doesn't always want to stay pressed back. So when you've done that, you can now add some decorative stitching around here. So you can top stitch around your pocket band here if you wish. I've chosen to change my needle to a twin ball point, so I'm going to do it that way with 2 lines of stitching. So you might wish to do this. I will link these in with the products in case you wish to do the same. Place the pocket bag face down on top of your pocket that you've just stitched. So this is pocket bag F, and as you can see, both sides are now facing each other. And then we're going to pin this in place, but it needs to be loose from the garment. So we're going to stitch around this curve now, so match up the curve. I'm going to stitch it away from your sweater. So you're not stitching it to the sweater just yet. You're just stitching it loose, like this. So stitch around this curve, and then when you've done so, you can edge finish that pocket bag. Now gently press your pocket flat on the right side. And then you're going to baste the edges of the pocket down to the garment. Now line up your front sleeve, that's sleeve B, with your front raglan here. So as you can see, the notches match just here, and we have this curve going outwards, and they are right sides facing. Now we're going to stitch that in place with a 1 centimetre seam. You can do this with your regular stretch stitch, or you can use an overlocker. I'm going to stitch mine first of all with a stretch stitch and then overlock it after. After you've done that, you can twin needle it again, or just top stitch it once if you prefer. Now fold the front hemband in half lengthways like this and press, and then you're going to match it up with the front of your sweatshirt, matching the notches. Pin it in position. And when we've done this, we're going to stitch it in place with a 1 centimetre seam. Again, after you've done this, you can twin needle or top stitch if you wish. Now with right sides together, place your 2 back pieces together, and we're going to stitch down this centre back seam with a 1 centimetre seam. After you've done this, edge finish it, press it to one side and top stitch if you wish. At this point, you're going to place the back raglan sleeve, which is D, onto the back pieces here, matching up this double notch here. Now we're going to stitch this in place, and then again edge stitch and top stitch if you wish. Fold your back band in half like this, and we're going to sew along the short edges here with a 1 centimetre seam. Do this on both sides, and then we're going to turn it to the outside and press. Now pin your back band to the bottom of your back piece. Make sure you allow the seam allowance here. Match up your notches and stitch in place. Now place your front piece of your sweatshirt on your back piece of your sweatshirt. Line up the shoulders like this and the sleeve. You're going to pin it all the way down, matching up the markings to make sure everything's in line. Now we're going to stitch down the sleeve. When you've done that, edge finish and top stitch as you wish. Now fold your back part of your sweatshirt on top of your front part like this. So we've got right sides facing. This is your underarm point here. Pin it down the sleeve to the cuff, around this curve, down the side of the pocket to the bottom. Now at the bottom, this is your front part of your waistband and this is your back. So we've got this sort of staggered hem. So this part of your front band wants to line up with the seam here of the back one. So this full bottom band section is lower than the front section. We're going to stitch down that side now with a 1 centimetre seam. Make sure that you reinforce at the underarm point. Now you're going to top stitch your hemband. So you're going to do it from the bottom here at the back, up this side to here, and if you haven't already done so, along the front here. Now we're going to stitch our wristbands, our cuffs and our neckband. So they're both sewn in the same way, so we're stitching them down this side with a 1 cm seam, and the neck one on the short edges here, down this side. Then you'll turn it through so that wrong sides are facing, and fold it lengthways like this. Now the cuff. So to attach your cuff, take your sleeve like this, place your cuff inside, and you're going to line up this seam here with the underarm seam and place it inside like this. Now pin that in place just there. And then it's best, I feel, to notch it halfway, your cuff, and then we're going to line this part up with this top seam here of your sleeve. Then you can gently pull on it to make it fit the rest of the way. Now stitch your cuff in place. Now to attach your neckband, you need to line up the central back seam with the back of the dress, here. Then find your halfway point on the band and your centre front by folding it in half like this and making a small mark, notch or pin it. Then pull it like this to ease in the rest of the way. So if you stretch your neckband like this, and you'll see that your top goes to it, and then continue pinning it all the way around. So I've done one side, I'm on the other side now. You need to stretch it each time. Continue pinning all the way around, then stitch it in place. Now finally you can press your neckband downwards towards the sweatshirt and top stitch around it below the band onto the sweatshirt part, just here, a few millimetres away. So here is the finished sweater dress. Well, I hope you've enjoyed sewing along with me today. I think this is a really fun sweater dress with some really nice details. I like the pockets and the way that it swoops round at the front with the variated hem. Now, if you've made this pattern before, please remember to include any photographs in the comments below. It comes in a range of sizes from 8 to 26, and I've made the size 26 today, so there's something for everybody. Remember to take a look at the Minerva Craft Club if you'd like to get 10% off all your orders for a whole year, and of course you can create a free account with us and join in with our wonderful worldwide sewing community. Well, that's all from me for today, but I hope to be back soon with another sew along for you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.